Lactobacillus GG versus placebo for acute gastroenteritis in children. Definition: acute gastroenteritis is a very common disease. It causes significant mortality in developing countries and significant economic burden to developed countries. Viruses are responsible for approximately 70% of episodes of acute gastroenteritis in children, and rotavirus is one of the best studied of these viruses. As the disease severity depends on the degree of fluid loss, accurately assessing dehydration status remains as a crucial step in preventing mortality. Luckily, most cases of dehydration in children can be accurately diagnosed by a careful clinical examination and treated with simple, cost-effective measures. Applications in medicine. Lactobacillus GG is the most clinically studied probiotic in the world, including extensive research in children. These studies have shown how beneficial probiotic supplementation with Lactobacillus GG can be to children in addressing such topics as diarrhea and other forms of gastrointestinal distress.
Christian Hansen is a leading global bioscience company that develops natural ingredient solutions for the food, pharmaceutical, and agricultural industries. We have been delivering value to our partners and ultimately end consumers worldwide for over 140 years. Every day, more than 1 billion people consume products containing our natural ingredients.
Probiotics is a key focus area for us. We are a pioneer within probiotics and have been fermenting lactic acid bacteria for more than a century. We are passionate about probiotics and use cutting-edge science and technology to deliver our probiotic solutions.
The probiotic strain, LGG, was isolated from the human intestinal microbiota back in the early 1980s by two professors called Gorbach and Goldin, who also gave name to the strain.
At Christian Hansen, we've been producing and selling the LGG strain under a license from the Finnish company Valio for more than 10 years. In November 2016, we acquired the strain and look forward to building an even greater future for the LGG strain.
Microorganisms such as probiotic bacteria are described at three levels: genus, species, and strain. In the case of the LGG strain, it is identified as Lactobacillus rhamnosus, LGG. Studies show that physiological benefits are strain-specific and only rarely apply to species, so it is important to choose a probiotic product containing a specific strain rather than only a species.
We are proud to say that the LGG strain is the most researched probiotic strain in the world today, with more than 1,000 publications listed on PubMed. This is by far the largest number of publications for any probiotic on the market today.
The LGG strain is used worldwide for food and supplements, for instance in capsules, stick packs and yogurt. Also, as early as 2007, the LGG strain was notified as generally recognized as safe by the FDA, and Lactobacillus rhamnosus was granted a qualified presumption of safety by EFSA. In addition, the LGG strain is included in the WGO guidelines for probiotics and prebiotics.
The LGG strain is an excellent probiotic. It may help restore and maintain the natural balance of the good bacteria in the gut. Factors like diet, stress, and antibiotics may disrupt the delicate balance of our gut microbiota. And clinical studies have shown that the LGG strain can be helpful against an upset stomach, as experienced, for example, by children and travelers. And it may also have a beneficial effect against the digestive discomfort that is often associated with antibiotic use.
At Christian Hansen, we are constantly doing research to better understand the mechanisms of action that enables the LGG strain to deliver its health benefits.
One of the main properties of the LGG strain is its ability to persist and adhere in the gastrointestinal tract. Its ability to adhere is mediated through the appendages called the pili.
These pili have been demonstrated to have powerful adhesion properties towards mucus and the epithelial cells, and play a key role in the LGG strain's ability to persist in the intestinal mucosa.
Another characteristic of LGG is its ability to protect epithelial cells from injury and even enhance mucosal regeneration. It achieves this by stimulating the epithelial cellular responses, including the recovery of the epithelial barrier layer, the production of cellular protective proteins, and the blockage of the cytokine-induced epithelial programmed cell death.
Pros and cons. Pros. It may reduce the duration of acute diarrhea in children and help reduce the frequency and severity of abdominal pain. Cons. In a study where L. rhamnosus was given to preschool children with acute gastroenteritis, those who received a 5-day course of rhamnosus GG did not have better outcomes than those who received placebo.
Every year, gastroenteritis accounts for 1.7 million visits to emergency departments by children in the United States. Probiotics represent an expanding industry with potential clinical benefits, but there are limited data supporting their use in this population. This multi-center randomized double-blind trial included 886 children between 3 and 48 months old who presented to the emergency department with acute intestinal infection, clinically diagnosed on the basis of 3 or more episodes of watery stools in a 24-hour period, and vomiting or diarrhea for less than 72 hours. The children were randomized to take by mouth 1 sachet of probiotic preparation containing Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Lactobacillus helveticus, or placebo twice daily for 5 days. The primary outcome was the occurrence of moderate to severe disease as defined by a modified Vesicari scale score of 9 or higher within 14 days. The proportion of children with moderate to severe disease was similar between groups. After adjustment for trial site, age, and pre-enrollment frequency of vomiting and diarrhea, the treatment assignment did not predict moderate to severe disease. The authors conclude that in children presenting to the emergency department with gastroenteritis, twice-daily administration of a Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus helveticus probiotic combination did not prevent the development of moderate to severe disease within 14 days. Full trial results are available at nejm.org.
Issue applied in Ecuador. There are no scientific studies or reports that show the usage of these probiotics as a treatment of acute gastroenteritis in children in Ecuador. Anyhow, there are a few articles that talk about the benefits of consuming probiotics. Conclusion: L. rhamnosus GG doesn't make a significant improvement in acute gastroenteritis.
Recently, on the New England Journal of Medicine has been published a very pivotal paper. In particular, it's a very important paper, the paper that have in mind to demonstrate if a probiotics administration was able to reduce the gastrointestinal side effect due to gastrointestinal infection in a pediatric population. The trial was negative. So the cases, the patient, the little patient that took probiotics did not demonstrate a reduction in gastrointestinal side effect compared to placebo. I think that this is not a negative trial, but is a crucial trial. It's a trial that demonstrates how the New England Journal of Medicine editor thinks the microbiota is important. Obviously, it's just one of the possibilities. We have just a lot of probiotics on the market, and if I have to be honest, we are just at the beginning in the probiotic world. We still don't have on the market the next generation probiotics. The probiotics made by the big inhabitants of the gut microbiota. In particular, Proteobacteria, Bacteroideales, Clostridiales, Actinomycota, and all the yeast that have a good effect on the microbiota. In the future, we will have more additional trial, and I hope that some of them will be positive, and I'm just anxious to see a positive New England Journal of paper that demonstrate that probiotics can be useful in the clinical practice. This is just a demonstration that the microbiota revolution entered in the therapeutic world of the 2000s. And I am sure that in the future, together with drugs, with antibiotics, we will have also the possibility to modulate the microbiota with next generation probiotics.